going on, everybody? This one I got to do a little quick and dirty. I'm in the process of ripping apart and rearranging my whole house. But today I've got a couple of distilleries I want you to know about in case you don't already know. Today I want to tell you about 3 up-and-coming distilleries, especially if you're new to whiskey, that you should keep your eye on. So the first one is kind of not quite in that up-and-coming category. They've been around for a while. They're already putting out some 10-year limited edition bottles from their stocks that they've held back. But they're still probably not on the radar of those of you who are only into the Jacks, the Jims, the Woodfords, the Turkeys, etc. And that is the one I have a bottle for today, New Riff Distilling. This place is awesome. I've done multiple barrel picks. They've been around, like I said, 10, 12 years as a company, but they're still kind of on the up and up. They're one of the bigger sides. I don't even know if I'd call them craft anymore, but they're one of the bigger up and coming, and every single thing they put out has been so good. Their single barrel selection program has been top notch for a long time now. And if you see these at a store where they have distribution, because they're still not in every state, I'd pick one up, especially if you know who's picking it. So New Riff Distilling is a must get your eye on if you haven't already, for some crazy reason. Number 2 and number 3 as well, I do not have bottles currently, mostly because 2 of them I just finished not too long ago. But number 2 is a company called Ben Holiday. You may have seen these. They're starting to get a little bit of better distribution, but they are out of Missouri. Missouri bourbon. Yeah, not a lot of people associate, even though it's in the Midwest where a lot of bourbon and whiskey is made. Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Illinois. It's in that whole belt, but most people haven't heard of Ben Holiday, and you should, because anybody who has knows how good the stuff they're doing is. They've been around for a couple of years now. They've put out bottled and bond. They've put out 6, 7, 8-year age-dated bottles, but they're just now starting to crest through to more of the mainstream. So I'm telling you, Ben Holiday, I won't call them the best kept secret, but they are on the up and up, and I would catch them before they are out, and everybody is clamoring for them. Check out some of their red wheat. Definitely check out the bottled and bond and all their options, especially those really nice age-dated ones. And finally, I told you this is quick and dirty. Some old friends, I've been very, very fortunate to go on their show. And if you see me saying show, you probably know who I mean. I am, of course, talking about Pursuit Spirits. The guys behind the Bourbon Pursuit podcast, Kenny and Ryan, are the world's biggest fans of bourbon. Trust me, I've been to Kenny's house. I've seen how much he loves bourbon. But not every fan can move into the industry. Trust me. As someone who broke into professional wrestling from someone who wanted to be a fan, it was a dream come true, but holy crap is there a lot of work. And these guys put in the work. They sourced, as they started blending their stuff, from unique distilleries. They didn't just buy gigantic totes of, Jim Beam or Barton and just throw it in a bottling line and sell it to you. No, they went out to places like New York, to Maryland, Kentucky, of course, but like these different distilleries that had unique taste profiles, and then took the time to learn how to properly balance and blend those and then give them to you. The Pursuit United bourbon is still one of my favorite blended bourbons I've ever had. Their rye is so good. Then you add in some of their double oak stuff they've done and some of the new creations I'm just starting to see them put out. So, first off, if you haven't heard the show, you should check it out if you're getting into whiskey. It literally taught me so much about this industry, about this hobby, about this subset of fandom and culture. So check that out. And then, if you're lucky enough to have that distribution in your state, buy a bottle of Pursuit United. And keep an eye on their socials and everything. They're about to open up a brand new distillery, visiting center, blending center, whatever it is, like a headquarters, basically right on Whiskey Row in Louisville. So check them out if you're gonna go down to visit. That's it, I told you, quick and dirty. I gotta get to turning this house around. But 3 distilleries, if you haven't heard of, that you should be keeping your eye on. If there's anybody I missed, let me know down below. Leave a comment, hit that bell, hit that like. It all very much helps the channel. And thank you for hanging out. I'll see you next week.